Hello, Pinchers! Welcome back again. Everybody been waiting for this Kappa Biryani, Tapioca Biryani. So I'm going to show you that, what we need, and step by step, and how to do it. So for Kappa Biryani, we need a bone, beef with the bone. Some bone. You can do it without bone also, but, it tastes better with the bone and beef with the bone. So that's what I have. So I'm going to go over all the items, step by step, and how to do it. And so let's see what we need. So I have 2 pounds of beef with the bone. See, you see the bone? So that's what it is, short rib. So I'm going to marinate and show you how you cook this beef first before we start doing the biryani. So I'm going to put this in the saucepan. So I already cleaned and everything is clean. So this is 2 pounds.
How did you clean it, Mommy?
I cleaned it with the vinegar and salt,
Okay.
like usual.
Yep.
Okay,
So-
then I drained the water. So that's what this is. So for marination,
You rinsed like 3 times with the salt and vinegar.
3-4 times.
3-4 times,
Yeah,
till it's clear.
Until the water gets clear.
Okay.
So it's already washed. I just want you to see the
Yes.
coriander to drain this. So now I'm going to go over all the spices. So the spices we need is, I have half teaspoon of turmeric, half teaspoon of chili powder. Chili powder, this is a hot chili, not Kashmiri chili. It's really hot. So that's why I took only half teaspoon. So if you want to take 1 teaspoon, that's fine, but half is good enough. Some people really like this hot stuff. You can put 1 teaspoon, but this is only half teaspoon of hot chili powder. The regular one, not the Kashmiri type. 2 teaspoon of coriander powder and 1 teaspoon of garam masala and half teaspoon of black pepper. And also I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, and of course salt, 1 teaspoon. So of course, salt is, up to you how much you want to add. But I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt for 2 pounds of beef with the bone. So also I'm going to, won't take a little time to cook. So I'm going to add 1 cup of water with the marination. Also, what we need is, I have 1 onion. It's a medium-sized onion, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. This is a paste. So this is all going to be in there, and 1 stalk curry leaves. So I'm going to put all that in there. Oh, let's go over the other stuff before we do that. So this is 2 pounds of tapioca kappa, already cut, and it's ready to go. So this I'm going to boil it, adding 1 teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of turmeric. So we'll go over that. Once the water is boiled, you add the kappa, tapioca, then the salt and the turmeric, you drain it. Then this beef, you cook it with all these marination items. Then we'll go to the next step. So next step, when we need some oil. So I'm going to use the coconut oil. So I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Then I'm going to add this 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 tablespoon of garlic minced. Then 1 green chili. I took only 1 green chili because I don't want it too hot. If you like to have 2, that's fine. But I took only, it's already minced. And 1 curry leaves and 2 medium onion. And this is at the end, like a garnish. I'm going to put this, so I'm going to put this here. Then we need, I forgot to say the vinegar. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vinegar also when I cook the beef.
Okay.
So the other things we need, once we do saute the oil, then ginger, garlic, green chili, onion, and curry leaves, then we have to add a little more spices too. So this is 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon fennel seed powder, and a half teaspoon of black pepper powder. So this is what the ingredients you need. So now, I'm going to show you how to marinate the beef first. And it takes 30 minutes. You can cook on the cooker if you like to. And I'm not cooking in the cooker because, I usually like to cook on the stove top. So I'm going to add all these together. We added salt already, so we can add all together, the turmeric, all that.
And to remind everybody, that was regular chili, not Kashmiri chili.
The hot chili.
The hot chili.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to cook all these together, okay? So that's all the dry spices, then the ginger and garlic and the onion. So we did the salt and the curry leaves. You can use your hand to mix it, or you can use this, whichever way you like to do it. So I can use my hand, and I can show you how.
Now, Mommy, with this, they are able to just go to any Costco, Sam's Club, or where do you typically buy short ribs?
You know, this was a beef store where they sell this beef with the bone. You know, that's where we bought it. This is some special store that they sell this, beef with the bone.
Yep. Now, some people also just do beef without bone.
Oh, without bone.
And make it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the tradition, you know, they say that, you know, the biryani, you can either use with the bone or without bone.
Okay.
So this is already, I mixed it. So everything together. So since this will take 30 minutes to cook. So what I did was, you know, I cooked earlier another set, you know, exactly like this. And I'm not going to put the water because I'm going to show them the cooked beef.
Okay.
Okay, to save time.
So normally, if we were cooking it, we would add how much water?
1 cup of water.
And the vinegar?
The vinegar also. Yeah, 1 cup of vinegar.
1 teaspoon of vinegar?
1 teaspoon, yeah, 1 teaspoon.
Sorry.
You know, if you like to add more, but this is sufficient.
Okay.
Okay. So then the water. Okay. So I'm not going to cook this. Maybe I can show them, you know, adding water because I can cook that later on.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, already boiled water.
Okay.
Okay, boiled already.
So this is hot water.
Yeah. And I cooked with the same thing, and it took 30 minutes to cook.
So it's cooled down a little bit. That's why Mommy's able to touch it.
Yeah, this is cool down, you know, boiled water.
The boiled water's cooled down
You
while
put
we
it
were
on the
prepping.
stove. I cooked on the stove top.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to leave this here. I can cook this later, but I can show them what it's cooked.
Okay.
Exactly the same way. It took 30 minutes, you know, so cooked, ready to go.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. There is, you know, to get up that little later. So this is the
Kappa.
Kappa. So I'm going to, the water is already boiling.
Okay.
See the water boiled?
Yep.
So add the Kappa in the hot water.
Okay.
This is already washed and all ready to go.
Mommy, can you buy frozen Kappa?
Yeah, you can either use frozen because sometimes so hard. 1 teaspoon salt. You can add a little bit more because this much water, but it has to be at least like a 2-inch above.
Okay.
Some people cook a halfway, then drain it and cook it, but this is perfect. You know, you have, see here how much water you have.
Okay.
So, you know, the reason is to get the starch out, so it won't be sticky.
Okay.
So now, this took like 10, 12 minutes. This is really good tapioca.
So let the water boil, then add the tapioca and 2 inches and salt.
Yep.
And the water should be 2 inches above the tapioca.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this is, I'm going to add a half teaspoon of turmeric.
Got it.
Okay. So you'll see the color changes though. You probably see some yellow, red. But this is a good kappa, and it boiled and cooked very well. But some kappa you may have to add the salt, you know, I like a 3/4 cooked.
Okay.
But this, you know, really good one, so, you know, that's why I added. But it will take like a 10, 12 minutes to cook.
So pinchers, if you're looking, we have a Kappa or tapioca video where you can see how to take raw tapioca and cut the skin off and get these pieces if you're wondering how to do it.
That's right. So I'm going to just close it, but you have to be careful when it boils, it will boil out.
Okay.
So, we'll watch on that.
All right.
So now the next step, what I was talking about is
30 minutes later. Ta-da!
it's already cooked. Now look, the same beef with the same ingredients, already cooked and ready to go.
All right.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it like that. So now we can do the spices now. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So this way, you don't have to wait for an hour or so to. Okay, so what we're going to do is while that is cooking, see the color?
Very pretty.
So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of, this is coconut oil, but you can use any oil though. 3 tablespoons.
Okay. Pinchers, we know Kappa Biryani has a lot of memories for people who have eaten it. Feel free in the comments to let us know what your memory of Kappa Biryani is.
It is one of the best.
It is very tasty.
Yeah, and especially during Christmas time.
Yep, the holidays.
So this is 1 tablespoon of ginger.
Okay.
And 1 tablespoon of garlic minced. The other one was paste, the one that we added to the beef.
Yeah.
Salt a little bit. Then we add okay, I'm adding the chili now, green chili. One stack of curry leaves. Two onions.
Now you want to add the onions and all this before it gets too brown, right?
Yeah, too.
Okay.
The Kappa is boiling. You add a little bit of salt, maybe like a half teaspoon.
Okay.
Okay. But watch out, because we added salt to the beef and the Kappa. So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, let it boil out. Okay. So we can just slowly leave it. Nice color. It gives up the So we added half teaspoon of salt. So this is ginger, garlic, green chili, curry leaves, and onion. So onion, when you add a salt, the onion will cook a little faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. So what happens then after this is slightly brown, we added all the dry stuff.
Okay.
Then after that we add the beef to few this onion mix.
Okay.
Turn it down a little.
So we have Kappa on medium heat.
Medium heat. This was faster, otherwise another 30 extra minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would recommend, Mummy, when people make Kappa biryani, start marinating and cooking the beef first, because it's going to take the longest amount of time.
Longest time, even if you cook in the cooker, it's like a 5 or 6 whistles.
Sure.
Okay, then you have to cool down.
Right.
Because, while you turn it off, the whistle is done, you turn the heat off, it's cooking inside, it's boil.
Yeah.
So, you cannot put the water and get the vent off, right, because that's not good.
No.
Because still has to. So still it will take time.
Got it.
Yep. Just try it again a little bit. Not cooked yet. When it's cooked, see, it will come separate. But
Okay.
it's getting there. Sometimes so hard, here it's hard to get the good one.
Good Kappa.
Good Kappa.
Good tapioca.
Yeah. Sometimes, a little bit old and bad.
Mummy, how do you know if it's old and bad? What are you looking for in the...
It has to be white.
Okay.
When you cut it, it has to be white.
So if we're seeing like spider-like veins, that's dark vein color,
Yeah.
that means it's not good.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. And especially winter time, it's hard to find a good one.
Yeah.
But you can use the frozen one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get it slightly brown.
Okay. Looks like Mommy's going to show you all how to cut tapioca.
Yeah, we can do
Later.
that after. Yeah. So it's getting slightly brown. The tapioca, the fresh one, you can get it from the Korean store or Indian store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Korean store always have tapioca fresh.
Yes.
And the Indian store also.
As you mix it, Mummy, does it feel softer?
The more it cooks, it gets softer.
Okay. So you can feel a little bit as you're
You
mixing.
can feel it, yeah. So
Okay,
I'm going to
change.
take one and show them if it's cooked, when
Okay.
it's ready to do.
But not yet.
Yep.
Not ready.
It's almost there. It is brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. Otherwise, you don't want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add all the dry spices. This is slightly brown. You can add all at the same time. It doesn't have to be, you know.
Pretty. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
See how fast that was?
Yeah. Until the raw smell goes, it'll be ready. You know, it takes like 1 or 2 minutes. Don't let it burn. You know, once the food is burned, it's entirely different taste. So what happens is it's really smell good, all the spices. It's not that hard at all. You know, this what I'm showing is a very simple way that you can handle it.
It feels very similar to making the beef part.
Yeah, beef patty. And, you know, with the bone.
Yep.
So the spices is all, you know, well incorporated to the onions. Now we are going to put the beef into this one.
Okay.
The smell comes, that means it's roasting, you know.
Yep.
So what we're going to do, so we're going to, it's already cooked, see here? So we mix it. So then the kappa will go on top of this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain. I'm going to show you the kappa is ready.
Okay. That looks so good.
Yeah, it will, you know, it's on low heat.
Okay. So it's still cooking.
It's a multitask.
And how long has it been, Mommy?
It's like a little over 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
So soft. So we're going to drain, it's a colander here. So I'm going to drain it.
Now, be careful. See,
Yeah, okay.
see, even Mommy realizes that's too hot for her hands.
It's not that hard though.
Oops.
Sorry. Turn the heat back.
Sorry, we're multitasking here.
All the water works. Once the water is all drained, just put it back in this. So what you do is you need to just crush a little bit. You know, you can crush it a little bit, so I'm going to show you that.
So Mommy's gonna mash it.
Mash it.
Is what she's doing.
You can use a wooden spoon. Or, you know what you can do is just
Potato
mash
masher?
it. Yeah. See how we do it? It's the best.
And pinchers, we know some people like really, really smooth smashed and mashed.
Yeah.
Kappa, whatever your preference is.
Yeah. You know, just crush it like a half, because it's going to be crushed again, you know, once we put it in the...
Yep.
That's good, huh? Just let it... So we just close.
Okay.
Now we go to our beef. Now we have to cook this like 5-6 minutes. You know, we put the beef in that masala, right?
Right.
So I'm going to add a little bit of water to it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's boiled water too, right, Mama?
Yeah, it's boiled water.
Okay. How much is that?
Half a cup.
Half a cup. Sorry.
Yeah, a cup of that. So it will get all incorporated to the, beef.
Yep.
All that masala. See how good it looks?
Yeah.
So now you taste for salt. You know, if you need to add salt, you can add salt.
Okay, here's where you would do it.
Yeah. So it's going to cook a little bit. And you can taste the salt. Salt is enough.
Okay.
Because, we added salt to the kappa also.
Yep.
Okay. Stir it in between because you don't want to get burnt.
Okay.
So then the last stage is you take the tapioca once it's cooked.
Uh-huh.
Because you have to make sure that all the masala get to the beef
Got it.
and the bone. Okay. Over the lid.
So we're cooking the beef for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, fine.
Then we'll add the beef to the tapioca or the tapioca to the beef?
Yeah.
Which way? This to here?
Yeah. The tapioca will go
To the beef. Okay.
To the beef. I mean, vice versa, whichever is the bigger one.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Or, if it don't mix, because sometimes what happens, the non-stick has a slippery,
Mm-hmm.
when you mix it,
Yes.
that happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whichever has the bigger container.
Yeah, the bigger container and
Okay.
whichever you feel comfortable. But I'm going to put the tapioca to this one.
Okay.
So it was not too bad at all. This is the easiest one of the best delicious way you can make it.
Very
So,
nice.
Yeah, then I will go over all the recap. And bone always have a little fat to the beef, this beef.
Yep.
So while cooking this, I can show them the tapioca how to.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it on low because we don't want to get
Burned.
burnt. Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming here.
Yeah.
Mommy has found a tapioca for
See
you.
here? The white.
See, it's white? Okay.
White. So then, you careful when you cut it. See, this is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. No cut up. Here they put the wax and everything to stay fresh.
Yeah.
So what do you do? It's okay. When you see the skin coming off like that, that means good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too hard to get the skin off.
Yeah. See here, when you take the skin off, yeah, you can see how easily it
Yes.
comes.
Yeah.
That means, it's perfectly a good one.
Okay.
So the other way you cut it is this is the way you see here?
Yep.
I think we will show that video for
Yes. So mommy's just hitting and pushing out.
Yeah.
Hit,
But
push out.
I want to show them, you know, in
The center.
middle. So the center has this. See this?
It's like a.
So you don't want that.
Wait a second. There. There you go. See it?
Yeah, the stem.
There we go. The stem. Yep.
Yeah. So you don't want that going to the.
So you're cutting around it.
Yeah. Cut it around. So then you can do the same thing.
And many food groups, cultures have tapioca. And so we like to boil it, eat it plain, eat it with pickle, eat it. Like, this is just one of many ways to eat tapioca or kappa, as we call it.
Yeah. So that's what it is.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Cut it and put it in the water because, you know, it can get discolored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And look at that. So have enough salt. Beautiful. So what we do is, you know how it is. Ready? We're going to add the tapioca to the beef. You're mixing it. That's what this is.
Sometimes we as kids joke about our ratio of meat to kappa. Look at that. It's almost perfect.
Perfect. Kappa biryani.
Sorry, too close. I got excited.
Smells so good. I hope you all make it. And please let us know. Okay, pinchers. Almost done now. Our kappa biryani is ready. Yep, beautiful. All right. So the last thing is, you know, I put this. I can put it on the. I add a little bit of oil, but I'm going to wait till we put it
In the bowl.
in. Big Kappa biryani is ready to go. So I'm going to put this like a garnish. Put a little bit of oil on top.
Just a quick drizzle.
Yeah, just like half teaspoon.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at our Kappa biryani. It wasn't too bad at all. We did it fast. So what we need for Kappa biryani, I took 2 pounds of beef with the bone in it. And again, you know, if you cannot get beef with the bone, you can do it with just but this give a little more taste. You know, the marrow and all cooked, joined, and this is really good. So then 2 pounds of beef with the bone, and for Kappa tapioca we took 2 pounds, so equal amount. So to cook the beef, you know, I took 1 medium onion, 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, and half teaspoon of chili powder, the regular hot chili powder. You know, that's why I used only half teaspoon. Then half teaspoon of black pepper powder, half teaspoon of turmeric, and 2 teaspoon of coriander powder, and 1 teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon vinegar. And you know, I added all that. Then I added 1 cup of water because you know with the bone it takes a little longer to cook. So it cooked really well. Then after all that cooked, you know, you have to check in between, you know, you have to stir it. Then for Kappa to boil, I added 1 teaspoon of salt and half teaspoon turmeric. And the Kappa, really good one though. It took like a 10-12 minutes to cook, and you saw that I drained it. Then to make the sauce, you know, I added 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and 1 tablespoon of ginger minced, and 1 tablespoon of garlic minced, and 1 green chili minced, and 1 curry leaves. Then we used 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, and half teaspoon of black pepper powder, and 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seed powder. So, you know, we added all that, you know, once the coconut, the onion slightly browned, you know, we added all the dry spices. Then we added the beef, the cooked beef, added a half cup of water, and it cooked like 5 minutes, you know, covered and stirred in between, and it was ready to go. Then we added the tapioca, the kappa. Kappa, once we boil, you know, you crush it a little bit, you know, so that's easy way of doing it. Then, you know, I put it on the container. Then I added like half teaspoon of coconut oil, and this is the garnish and 1 curry leaves. So this is ready to eat. Thanks for watching, and you know, hope you will try it and you put your mind to it. You can do it, and you can either use the frozen tapioca, kappa, or the fresh one if you don't have the fresh one. So, you know, please, you know, share it with your families, you know, your friends, your relatives, and subscribe, please. And thank you for watching. See you next time with another episode.